Hi everyone, I'm Kat and welcome to my channel, Naturally Beautiful Girl. So today I'm going to do a video that I was very hesitant to do for a while, but I finally decided to break down and do it after getting some FitGlow beauty products from Beauty Heroes. They had a makeup discovery box which came with a FitGlow mascara, their lip gloss, and their lipstick. And after trying those, I was very impressed, and so I decided to go ahead and retry the foundation and also try their eyeshadow. So basically what I'm doing today is FitGlow Beauty worth the hype and worth the price? Because I feel like FitGlow Beauty gets hyped up a lot and it's a rather expensive green and eco beauty line, and that's why I had been hesitant to try it for a while because I was like, can it actually be worth this price? Like, really? So I decided to do that for you guys. Except for the lipstick, I'm going to show you applying all the products. That way you can see kind of how they apply on my skin. I first wanted to start off with the foundation, which comes in this nice pump here. So it is a pump foundation. This is 1 flow ounce, and I really like their packaging. Most of their stuff has this pink packaging with the flowers on it, which I really like. I believe it is an airless pump, so you don't have to worry about cross-contamination, which I really like. So this will keep the product fresher longer. And yeah, you just depress this on the top. One thing I do have to say is FitGlow really does have nice packaging, so I feel like part of the price is due to their really nice packaging. It is definitely a whipped foundation. I think I heard Jenna Catherine describe it as that, and I was like, that's a perfect way to describe it. It isn't that liquidy, and it's also not very thick, so whipped is a good way to describe it. I have the shade VF1, and this shade works for me. Like, I can make it work, but it's a little bit darker than what I would like. Like, if they had one shade down, that would be perfect for me, but I can make this one work. If you guys are super fair like I am, I feel like one of our superpowers of being really fair is making foundation shades that are a little bit dark for us work. As I always do, just make sure you like blend towards your ears all the way and blend down your neck a bit, and that kind of helps make the foundation actually work for you if it is a little dark. I did try this out about a year ago. I got a sample of the FitGlow Vita Active Foundation from Safe and Chic. One thing I discovered about the foundation is that I didn't really like it at that time. Like, in my foundation review video, I was like, I don't like it. This is just not the foundation for me. When I was getting ready to do this video, I remembered that I still had a sample of the foundation knocking around, so I decided to try it again. But when I was trying it again, I was like, wait a minute, I actually really like this. And so I actually liked it so much that I went through the entire little sample and then actually went ahead and purchased the full size, which I have done here. I think I like it a lot better because my skin has changed. Like, my skin is in a lot better place than it was a year ago. I feel like I've gotten my oiliness a little bit more in balance. I still have oily skin, but I feel like it's not like as bad as it used to be. And I also feel like my acne has gotten a lot better, so I'm not looking for as full coverage of foundation. I also have now started using the Osea Blemish Balm on my face every morning as a moisturizer. I hadn't been using a primer or a moisturizer or anything when I was testing foundations a year ago, and now that I do that step, I really think that it helped this foundation go on better, so I think using some sort of moisturizer, some sort of primer really helps. And what you'll see though in the video is that the foundation is not that full coverage, and I think that is part of why I like it now, whereas I didn't like it then. At that point in time, I was looking for a very full coverage foundation, something like 100% pure healthy skin foundation. But now my acne is better. I'm like, okay, I'm okay if it's not as full coverage. But as you can see, once I do some spot concealing, apply some powder, I really like where the foundation ends up in terms of coverage once I've done all of that. The foundation does dry down to be more matte than dewy, but it's not super matte. Like, the 100% pure healthy foundation is matte, like matte. This is not as dewy as the Au Naturale stick foundation, but it is less matte than the 100% pure healthy foundation, if that makes sense. So I really don't need to set it. I do because I like to just give it a little bit more coverage, and that's one of the really great things about using a powder foundation is you can add a little bit more coverage where you need it, which is what I like to do. So I do lightly set it, but I don't need to set it as much as something like the Au Naturale stick foundation because this one is less dewy. Overall, I really like it, and I think that this is definitely worth the hype and worth the price because this is around $50, which most foundations in green and eco beauty are running around that price at this point. So like the 100% Pure foundations around $50, the new Antonym foundation around $50, the new Ilia foundation around $50. I feel like that is a fairly reasonable price, except I think you do get less of this though than the other foundations, which is a bit annoying. But I think it really just depends on what you're looking for in your foundation. If you want something really full coverage, this is not going to be it for you. But if you want something that's fairly light coverage and just kind of evens out your skin tone and gives you some coverage but not that much, I think that this could be good for you. And I think because it is a little bit more matte, that probably people with oilier skin would like it, but I think if you do go in with a good moisturizer, you can make it work for drier skin. I think it'd be easier to make this work for drier skin than something like the 100% Pure Healthy foundation. So the next product I'm going to talk about is the eyeshadow trio in Sunglow. And once again, it has the little flower on it. This is quite expensive. I believe it is $35 for this eyeshadow trio, which I don't care, that's steep. Like this is tiny. Let me find something for reference here. So this is like the Burt's Bees blush. I used this blush today. This is the eyeshadow trio next to it. I just want to give you a size comparison. Like it is small. And oh yeah, and here I have the Mother Bear's Handmade eyeshadow quad. These are regularly sized pan eyeshadows, and this is the eyeshadow trio next to it. So quite small. I do have to say I really like it. So I'm gonna show you some of me applying it, but let me just go ahead and talk about it a little bit. I got this one, and this one is all shimmers. It just depends on what you like. There is the Nudie eyeshadow trio, which is all matte. There's a whole bunch of different ones. I tried to purchase the Nudie eyeshadow trio for Black Friday. Petty Boy was having it on sale, but when it got to me, it had shattered. Like, I mean, completely shattered, just completely pulverized. And then when I tried to get a new replacement, it was already out of stock, so I didn't end up with it. I think that the colors in this are better suited for me. That being said, what the fact that it shattered so easily tells me is that it is really soft. Working with it, I can tell that too. Like, it is a soft eyeshadow. So here, let me swatch it for you here on my really dry hand. I am battling dry hands right now, so sorry about that. So here are the eyeshadows swatched on my hand here, and the swatches don't look as great because my hand is super dry, but they are really pigmented. I love my eye look. Like, I love the eye looks I get using this, and I find them so easy to work with. Like, these eyeshadows are some of the easiest to work with in Green and Eco Beauty. They're pigmented, they're buttery, they blend super easily. Like, these are effortless eyeshadows. It's pretty amazing. And I really think that if you are a beginner or someone that's not super comfortable with eyeshadows or eyeshadows intimidate you, that something like this trio could be perfect for you because they just blend so easily. You don't have to fight with them, you don't have to fuss with them, and the colors are all coordinated. They're going to look great together. And I am so happy I got this, and I know $35 is a lot, but I kind of think it's worth it, and I really want to get more eyeshadow trios. Like I said, I have the one that's all shimmers, but I want to try out maybe Nudie, which is all mattes. Like, this formula is just great, and I want to see how the matte shades perform as well. The Ebates palette had been my, like, I think my favorite probably eyeshadow palette. And this, although it's not a palette, and the Ebates has more options because it is a palette and has more than 3 shades, this is like really creeping up on the Ebates palette. And the Ebates palette had been my go-to palette for like when I need a really quick, really easy eye look that's going to look good, that I don't have to fight with it, that's very natural, very neutral. Like, I had an interview last week, and that was the palette I used really quickly. I had a very early morning interview. I used that to do my eyeshadow, ran out the door, it looked beautiful, stayed in place all day. But this is kind of like replacing that in a way for me. If you have been curious, I really think the eyeshadows are 100% worth it. I didn't think it was gonna be worth it, but it kind of is. Next, I'm going to move on to the mascara, which I got from the Beauty Heroes box. And this mascara is unique. It has this kind of cone-shaped applicator, which I don't like. And here's why I don't like the applicator at all on this. I have pretty small eyes. Like, I don't have huge eyes. Like, I know some people have these like really big giant eyes, and I think if you have really large eyes, this is not going to be a problem. But if you have small eyes, it is really hard to get the fat end of that wand into your eye. Like it's shaped like a pine cone. Well, I mean, look at my eyes. It's tighter. It's smaller over on this outer edge, which is where I'm supposed to be using the pine cone, the big part of the pine cone, and it's wider here where I'm trying to use the narrow part. So I'm trying to stick this giant thing in a small area of my eye, and I just don't like it. Like it is so hard to not get mascara everywhere. I think it's a great idea. Like, yeah, having the fatter end over there should make your eyelashes longer, thicker, fuller over on the edge, which is kind of like what you get if you're wearing a false eyelash, for instance. You get like that drama on the outside, which gives you more of a cat-like eye. But it just doesn't work well for me. Like it's just the wrong brush for my eye shape. This is expensive. I can't remember exactly how much it is, but it's like $40. And for me, I just like the Well People Expressionist mascara better. It's about half the price. I like the Root 100% Lash Mascara better. It's even less than half the price. It's really hard for me to like this mascara when those are so good at such a better price. The other issue with this is it is a super dry formula, like really dry. And I know that Mercedes from L'Amour La Musique talked about that, like sometimes in the batching that some become more dry than others. But the issue I have with it is that like it's just dry and it's almost flaky and it's almost clumpy because it's so dry. And I do have to say, it makes my eyelashes look really nice. Like I have nothing against how my eyelashes look, but I feel like for the price I can do better. Like I like this a lot better than the Juice Beauty mascara. Like it definitely does more for my eyelashes, but I don't find it to be really lengthening. I find it to be more volumizing. And I just think that you can do better for a better price and not have to fight with a giant wand. And because this is so dry, I feel like it is going to dry out on me super, super fast because it's already dry to begin with, which means you're gonna go through your mascara even faster. And when it's that high of a price point, that is actually a major concern. Personally, I would pass. I do have to say it's waterproof though. Like it holds in place. I've been under a lot of stress recently and I definitely have cried while wearing this mascara. And let me tell you, it doesn't budge. Like full-blown sobbing doesn't budge. But it's also really expensive. So my last two products are lip products. And the first one is not the one I'm wearing, but I will talk about it. This is their lip cream and this is their lipstick. First of all, can we talk about this packaging? So what you do to actually get the lipstick out is you push this in and it ejects out. Let me do this again. Like, I just think that is so cool. The lipstick I have is in the shade Love, which is this really, really beautiful red. So this lipstick is super pigmented and really creamy, but that's kind of the issue with it, is that it's really creamy. So it's really comfortable while I'm wearing it, but the problem is it does definitely bleed on me and it does transfer quite a bit. I have to wear a lip liner with this because it is red and it is super obvious if it bleeds outside my lip lines. But this red is beautiful, so I totally think it's worth it for this, especially because of how comfortable it is. Like this is one of the most comfortable lipsticks. It's right up there with the Red Apple lipsticks in terms of comfort, but I think that you definitely need a lip liner. And to be honest, because of that aspect of it, I would have preferred to have more of a nude shade, like more of a nude pink shade, because then it wouldn't transfer and wouldn't bleed as much on me. So it would be easier to wear, but I love red. And so I can't help but love this shade. So I kind of have mixed feelings about it. If you really like this red, like this is one of the most beautiful red lipsticks I have ever seen. If you're really curious about trying this and you want something more low maintenance, I think going with a more nude pink shade would be easier. So it's kind of a mix, depends on what you're looking for. And so for the final product that shocked me the most, I think, out of all of these is the FitGlow Beauty Lip Serum. And this is their lip gloss. And I should mention that they have recently reformulated their mascara, their lipstick, and their lip gloss. So these are all the new formulas of those. And I'm not a lip gloss girl. Like I typically don't like lip gloss at all. I find them to be too sticky. I find them to not be pigmented enough, but I kind of really love this lip gloss. And I have been wearing this so much, and I have the shade here in Nudie and I have it on right now. Here it is swatched below Love, and as you can see, it's got a lot of pigment to it. And that's what I really like about it. And it's comfortable. Like it does dry down a little bit. Like it still feels really nice and hydrating on your lips, but it's not as sticky as a lot of lip glosses. And it's supposed to be plumping, but I don't know if it's necessarily plumping. It does have a minty taste to it a little bit, so I think that could plump your lips a little bit, but it's nothing like the K-Boss lip balm, which really, really plumps your lips. This is definitely, if it does plump your lips, it's definitely more mild than that. But I have to say I'm kind of converted because I don't wear lip gloss, but I love wearing this. I'd say out of these two, I probably actually like the lip gloss a little better. And the shade Nudie is perfect. Like, it is the perfect pink for me and I love it. This one is really expensive too, but I think it's kind of worth it as well. I would try to catch it on sale. Also, if you purchase from Jenna Catherine's website, Natural Beautiful Life, if you live in the States, because she is in Canada, you actually get a really good exchange rate. So you get a discount on the products just because you're purchasing in Canada. And I calculated it out, and even with the shipping, it is still cheaper to purchase from her than it is to purchase in the United States because of the exchange rate. So if you're looking into these, that is a really great way to pick up some of these products at a little bit better price. So overall, my favorites, I definitely like the foundation, definitely really great. I also really, really, really like the eyeshadow trio and Sunglow. I don't like the mascara. It's okay and it works well. I just think there are other mascaras that are a lot better for a lot better price. Like I said, with the lipstick, super comfortable, but with the red, it does bleed, it does feather, it's a little bit high maintenance. But it's a beautiful red, so kind of mixed feelings about that. I think the nudes could be really nice, but then you kind of lose the beauty of that red, so I don't know. I'm mixed on the lipstick. I really like the lip gloss, and to me, if a lip gloss can convert me into a lip gloss wearer, it is 100% worth it because I just don't like them typically. So hopefully you found this video useful, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions about any of these products, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. Also, let me know if you've tried them out and what your thoughts are on FitGlow in general. If you'd like to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel and also check out my Instagram. I'll have my handle down below. I'm at naturallybeautifulgirl. And I have pictures of me wearing the lipstick in Love on my Instagram, so be sure to check those out. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!